Welcome to All Gems, No Crumbs, where the vibes are high and the tips hit every time. I'm your host, Ikenisha J, entrepreneur, millennial mama, wife, and your go-to for real talk on building your brand, protecting your peace, and living your softest life yet. Each week, I'm dropping gems to help you level up in business, mindset, self-care, and everything in between without the fluff, pressure, or burnout. No crumbs, just gems. Let's get into it. Hey, 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 jewelers. Welcome back to another episode of All Gems, No Crumbs. The podcast is all about giving you the real talk, tough love wisdom, and the gems you need to build your business, boost your mindset, and live your best life. I'm your host, Ikenisha J, and today we're diving into a concept that can totally transform the way you approach your business, and it can even help you raise your prices without scaring off your customers. And I know y'all want to know about that. So we are going to talk about perceived value. This is about something that I've learned not only throughout my journey as an entrepreneur, but also in college. So I want you all to remember that it's not just all about what you sell. It's also about how people perceive what you're offering or what you're selling. So stick with me because by the end of this episode, you're going to have a whole new outlook on how to price your products, how to market them, and how to position yourself as an entrepreneur. All right, so I'm going to give you a little quick story. I want you to imagine someone who's hungry. It could be you. Don't matter. They could easily walk into their kitchen, grab that $1.50 box of spaghetti. They may have paid about, what, maybe $8. Depends on where you shop for their ground beef. And then they got their ragu, prego, whatever it is you use for your sauce. And then they could cook up a quick meal. But instead, they pull out their phone, they open DoorDash, and they order that exact same spaghetti meal for $14.95. Does that sound familiar? It's not because they don't know how to cook spaghetti or you don't know how to cook spaghetti. It's not because the restaurant's version is Michelin starred and it's just absolutely amazing. The real reason is they just didn't feel like doing the work. They didn't feel like boiling the water, making the meat, cleaning the dishes, possibly burning the garlic bread, whatever it is, it was all too much. So what they were actually paying for wasn't just the spaghetti itself. It was the convenience. It was the stress-free experience. The restaurant wasn't just selling noodles. They were selling a hassle-free dinner. And that right there is perceived value. Now, here's where it gets interesting. The perceived value of your product is often way higher than the actual product itself. But if you don't tap into this concept, you might be leaving money on the table. So I know you're asking, what exactly is perceived value? Basically, it's the value your customer assigns your product based on how they feel about it, not just the actual features. It sounds simple, but most business owners miss this. They sell their product thinking if I just have the best spaghetti, people will buy it. But it's not just about having the best product. It's about being the easiest, the most convenient, the most worth it. Think about how much people are willing to pay for a bottle of water at a concert. That water is probably, that crinkly bottle. I can't stand those, by the way. That crinkly bottle of water, you can get it for about $1.50, maybe $2, at a store. But at a concert, people will pay $5, $6, even $10 for that same crinkly bottle of water. Why? Because it's not about the water. If you're a Vanderpump Rules fan, you should know what I'm about to say when I'm saying it's not about the pasta. If you don't know what that is, we can't be friends, okay? Because I am a Bravo fanatic. Now, granted, it's some of the shows I don't watch. Anywho, going off on a tangent. It's about the experience. You're thirsty, the concert is going on, and the water is right there in front of you. So you pay for that immediate satisfaction. And that is exactly why some people can charge $100 for something, and you might only charge $20 for that same product. And an example I could give you all is there were times, well, not there were times, it was the whole time, I sold higher quality items at my boutique. And a lot of times my items would be about $75 and up. And people were always asking me, how is it that you're able to sell this much product at this high of a price? And the answer is because of my perceived value. So we're going to talk about it. Just hang on, okay? But I just want you all to know, I know what I'm talking about because I am someone who charged quite a bit for merchandise. I'm not saying it wasn't worth it because my items were high quality, okay? Let's not get it twisted. Anywho, it's not just about the product, okay? It's about how you're positioning, that product in the customer's mind and how you make them feel about it, okay? So the perception is going to give them a feeling. You always have to appeal to a person's emotions, their feelings, all right? So let's talk about how to create perceived value in your business. I know you're saying like, all right, Akanisha, that's all great. But how do I actually raise the perceived value of my own products? I'm going to give you five actionable ways to create perceived value in your business. All right. So, number one, I hope you got something to write something down on. Why did I say it like that? I hope you have something to write with. If you're driving, just listen. All right. So, number one, I want you to make it effortless for your customers. The easier you make it for your customers to buy from you, the more likely they are to see value in your product. All right? Think about it. Would you rather spend hours finding the perfect watermelon to juice, or would you rather just grab a pre-made glass of juice that somebody else made for you? Exactly. People pay for convenience. Take a look at your customer journey. You all should, if you're listening to this and you have been in business for a while, you should know your customer journey. You should know your funnel. If not, there's a problem. I have episodes that I'm sure I either have already on YouTube. I'm pretty sure I do. I have something about customer funnel. And I know I will have episodes coming out on this podcast about that too. Anywho, when you look at your customer journey, is there friction anywhere? Maybe your checkout process is too complicated. Maybe your website isn't mobile friendly. If like I'm a customer, if buying from you feels like a hassle, I'm going to start questioning the value because I feel like as a customer, if you don't value your own business enough to make sure that I can see certain aspects of your website on your phone, why do I give a damn to buy from you? Because you're not taking your business seriously enough. So I want you to make sure that everything is streamlined from the moment they land on your website to the moment they buy. The easier it is, the more valuable your product is going to feel. Okay, number two, position the product. I'm sorry, I said that backwards. Position the outcome, not the product. So we're going to go back to the whole spaghetti thing. Stop selling spaghetti. You're not selling spaghetti. Start selling the experience. Instead of telling people what your product is, tell them what it does for them. When you're selling your product, position it as the solution to a problem or the answer to a need. People don't care about the spaghetti. It's not about the pasta. They care about how your spaghetti will satisfy their hunger with minimum effort. Hope you get what I'm putting down. If you don't, please email me, DM me on Instagram, something. Number three, I want you to create a premium experience. You know how when you go to an expensive restaurant and they give you that little extra like warm towel or fancy napkin or something, you know what I'm talking about. The little touches count. How are you going above and beyond for your customers? Whether it's providing a personalized customer service experience, custom packaging, offering VIP experiences, make your product feel premium by giving your customers something they didn't expect. Now, example, of course, me. When it came to my boutique, I would always, not always, it would be certain customers, whether they were new or VIP, and then sometimes randomly, I would just include extra gifts in their packages. I also would let them know if something was going on with their purchase, like if there was a delay in shipment, I would let them know. Even though they could see it themselves and they were tracking it, I would still let them know. And then if it was a pre-order, I will also be very transparent and let them know if something was going on with the vendor, or if I was shipping it from overseas, I will let them know if there was a delay then, something. I was always very transparent, and I provided that type of experience to my customers. I also had a VIP loyalty program, and those customers were able able to get certain things that regular customers could not. I had VIP email lists. So a certain segment of my email list were VIPs only. They received different emails from me. Their emails were more tailored and more customized. So they got a premium experience from me. So again, you need to make your product feel premium by providing a certain experience to your customers. Number 4, I want you to pre-solve problems. Think about your customer's journey again. What pain points are they facing? How can you solve them before they even think to ask you? If you sell coaching, maybe that means offering a free worksheet to help them get started. If you're a boutique owner, maybe send out a size guide or maybe a style tip before they even think to ask about it. Pre-solve the problems they don't even know they have. And you could be asking like, hey, Anisha, I have no idea what my customers' pain points are. I don't know what they could ask me. Okay, first of all, I'm not going to say you should know, but I mean, you should know because you should have gotten into your business for a certain reason. And that reason is most likely their problem. However, if you don't know, totally cool. I got you. I want you to go into ChatGPT. And I want you, if you have not used ChatGPT this much, this would be a better prompt. Well, okay, it's a lot that goes into ChatGPT. You should know if you've been following me for a while. I teach a lot of classes in person with my Chamber of Commerce here in my community, as well as the local community college. I teach small business owners all about how to use ChatGPT for their advantage. And there's a part in there where I teach them how to train and customize their ChatGPT so it sounds just like them and it knows them inside and out. So if you have not done this or you don't know what I'm talking about, ChatGPT is not going to know your audience. So just tailor this prompt to fit you, okay? All right, so enough of that. So I want you to open ChatGPT. I want you to ask it to do something for you. So you're going to say something to the effect of, I want to figure out my customers' pain points. I want to understand what my customers may be asking or may ask me in the future regarding my product. Please generate 3 to 5 questions that my customer would ask. Please generate 3 to 5 pain points that my customer could have. Then you're going to tell it who your customer is or who you're selling to if it doesn't already know. Okay? Now, if you really want to go in depth, if it doesn't know you, before you even type that prompt, you could tell it, hey, ChatGPT, ask me questions to figure out who my customer is. It's going to then ask you a series of questions. You don't have to answer them separately. Answer it in one long response. After it does that, after it gets, your answer and it tells you who your customer is, then you can respond with, let me know 3 to 5 pain points and questions they would have so that I can tailor my business experience or product to them. Something of that effect. Okay, I literally just came up with this on the spot. So work with me. If you need that prompt, let me know or just rewind this because again, I literally just came up with this on the spot. So I may not even remember what I said. So by the time you ask me, I may have a more well thought out prompt. But you don't have to have a perfect prompt with ChatGPT. You just have to have, the meat and potatoes of what you're asking. Anywho, just make sure you are pre-solving the problems for your customer because then your business or your product or whatever it is you're offering is going to feel like it's specially made for them. Okay. All right. So number 5, right? Yeah. Number 5, the last one. This is something I have talked about several times, and I'm pretty sure I talked about it in my last episode. Maybe. I've done so much recording, I don't remember. Anyway, number 5 is going to be leveraging storytelling. People love stories, period. They love being a part of something bigger. Everybody. I mean, well, I don't know about a lot of guys. Maybe. But anywho, we all know about Risa Tisa. Who the F did I marry? That was just a long story, and we were all so into it. I know people that were all up in hair salons, having movie nights at their house. Like, people were all up into this story. I know I was, me and my mama. We were all into it, and we were in the same house. I was in one room, she was in another. And I was like, oh my God, did you hear what she just said? That was an amazing story. She did a great job. So, learning from her. We got to leverage storytelling. Don't just sell product, sell the story behind it. Share why it's special. How did it come to be? How does it make their lives easier? How does it make their life better or more fabulous? Tell your customers the story of how your product was made, who it's for, why it matters. The more they connect with the story, the higher the perceived value. And you can also go a step further and do like me, where you also tell your story. You, the business owner, how did you get started? Why is this your passion? Why is it something you want to do? People will resonate with that. I tell this story all the time, or this little line or whatever. I had a customer who spent thousands with me. She saw my story on Facebook in a Facebook group. She said it resonated with her. She wanted to support me, and she started buying from me, and she continued to buy from me until the day I closed. And she also recommended people to me. Why? Because she loved me and my story. All right, now you're probably wondering, why does this matter? In the grand scheme of things, why does all this matter? And here's the deal. I said heels, didn't I? Here's the deal. Business owners sell products. Entrepreneurs sell solutions. Did you catch that? I'm going to rewind it and say it again. Business owners sell products. Hustlers, they sell products. Entrepreneurs sell solutions. Okay? Solutions, answers. Entrepreneurs understand that their job isn't just to sell the thing, it's to solve the problem and create an experience their customers can't find anywhere else. Got it? You want to know another difference between a business owner and an entrepreneur? An entrepreneur is always thinking about those hidden struggles that stop their customers from buying and finding creative ways to basically eliminate them. While a business owner is just moving products, they're flipping clothes, they're just doing whatever they can just to make a quick buck. And that is not an entrepreneur. An entrepreneur is building relationships. They're solving pain points. They're elevating their customers' experience. That's the key to increasing perceived value and raising your prices whenever you want to without scaring off your customers, because you are raising the value they perceive your products to have. That's why Chick-fil-A can they can charge however much they charge. I can't remember because I just pay whatever. I don't even care. For their nuggets based off of what Wendy's could serve. You know what I'm saying? Charge. I keep saying serve. I want to say I pay about what? It's about $9 for an 8 count of chicken nuggets at Chick-fil-A. I would not dare pay that at Wendy's, first of all. Wendy's is not that type of place for Ikenisha to be paying $9, $10 for some nuggets and fries and a sweet tea. But I'll do it at Chick-fil-A. Sure will. And I'll wait in that long line too. But at Wendy's, no ma'am, I'm not going to do it. Get somebody else to do it. Okay? All right, so this episode was not that long, jewelers. But now you know how to increase your perceived value and start charging what you're worth. Stop selling spaghetti. Okay, I'm going to start saying that all the time. Stop selling spaghetti. Start selling the luxury of not having to cook it. I hope today's episode gave you some valuable insights into how you can position your business for greater success, okay? And if you're ready to start implementing these tips, don't wait. Go ahead and make those shifts in your business today, okay? So if you love this episode, be sure to follow, subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. Oh my God. If you're listening on YouTube, and share this episode with someone you know may need it. Catch me next week with another gem of advice, because you know I'm not going to leave no crumbs.